Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Dream Iowa Youth Leadership Summit. My name is Jackie Castro, and this is Fernanda Vega, and we'll be your host today.
Thank you, Jackie. Welcome, everybody, to the 5th annual Dream Iowa Youth Leadership Summit. It's an honor to be here with Jackie and with you today. We have prepared an amazing group of performers and also presenters. And talking about presenters, I have the honor to introduce co-founder of Dream Iowa and also president of the board, con ustedes, Mónica Reyes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dream Iowa's 2020 Youth Leadership Summit. It is always a humbling privilege to host such an inspirational group of students. We look forward to this event annually as an opportunity to lay a foundation of community and support so that we may empower each other to go out into our own communities and carry forward the gradual shift for immigrant Iowans from generational poverty to generational wealth. For those unfamiliar with Dream Iowa's history, Dream Iowa was co-founded by my sister Nilvia Reyes and I in 2012, shortly after DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, was implemented. Dream Iowa started as a Facebook group called Iowa Dreamers, with the hope of building a statewide network of immigrants, refugees, and allies. The Facebook group provided immigrants and allies a safe space in which we could post questions and/or resources. In 2014, our group had become civically engaged, influenced by national leaders such as Eric Andiola, Cesar Vargas, and Reina Montoya, and changed our name to Dream Iowa. Our organizational leaders began shining a spotlight on immigrants in Iowa and holding educational community events like DACA and Know Your Rights clinics. We finished our first documentary, which you just watched, Every Dreamer Has a Story, in 2015 and began holding panel discussions across Iowa. In 2017, we shifted our focus to increase knowledge, skills, attitudes, so that families understand and select services that will produce sustainable financial outcomes. 2 college students began what is now Dream Iowa. You too can be the change you wish to see in this world. Keep the fire inside you and never give up on your dreams. We held our first Youth Leadership Summit in 2016 with over 90 youth from across the state. The Youth Leadership Summit has been designed around the goal of empowering immigrant students to move forward both as individuals and as leaders of our communities. We are excited to bring you 8 different presenters and 6 different performers. A special thank you to Jackie and Fernando, who are going to be our hosts at the 2020 Youth Leadership Summit. To close our event, we have a prizes and scholarship raffle. All high school seniors and college students in attendance will be entered into a drawing for $500 and $1,000 scholarships. All other participants will be entered into a drawing for prizes such as Dream Iowa swag, like this one, and gift cards. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors who made this year's event possible. Platinum sponsors, we have AT&T and Indian Hills Community College. Silver sponsors, we have Embark and University of Northern Iowa. Community partner sponsors, we have La Michoacana Ice Cream, Salas Enterprises, Des Moines United, Pan American Broadcasting, Padilla Construction, Tacos La Papa, Azteca Auto Sales, Marlene Maddox, mortgage lender with Movement Mortgage, FC HI Machete, Iowa Democratic Party, Aztec Motors, Mercado Iowa Market, Lucas Landscaping Solutions LLC, Baides Auto Sales, Iowa Total Care, Taqueria Veracruz, Jugolandia, Malott Law Firm, Alma Enterprises, Trey Sucre Law, and Tacos for Scholars, we had El Valle Tienda Mexicana, Molcajetes Food Truck, Lara's Bakery and Market, El Buen Mexicano Food Truck. Without these sponsors, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you so much. I hope that you also show them some love by going to those businesses and being good customers of them. I'm excited to announce that we have a very diverse background of students in attendance at this year's 2020 Youth Leadership Summit, with 33 different schools represented. I want to do a special shout out to all of these schools. For middle school, we have Amos Hyatt Middle School, Callahan Middle School, and Northwest Junior High. We also have for high schools, Lincoln High School, Marshalltown High School, Ottumwa High School, New Hampton High School, Carlisle High School, Des Moines East High School, Jefferson High School, North High School, Hoover High School, Roosevelt High School, Waterloo West High School, Dowling Catholic High School, Valley High School, Iowa West High, and Waterloo East High. For colleges and universities, we have Iowa State University, DMAC, Johnson County Community College, University of Northern Iowa, Grandview University, University of Iowa, Simpson College, Drake University, DMAC, Hawkeye Community College, Marshalltown Community College, Indian Hills Community College, Fort Dodge Community College, St. Ambrose University, and Luther College. Thank you all for being here today. And thank you for investing some time this Sunday afternoon with Dream Iowa. And with that, I hope that you all enjoy this experience as much as I do every year. Welcome to the 2020 Youth Leadership Summit presented by Dream Iowa.
Thank you, Monica, for those inspiring words, for telling us a little bit about the history of Dream Iowa. For more information about Dream Iowa, you go to dreamiowa.us, and we hope that you also join all of the social media platforms. The Platinum presenting sponsorship is the highest level of sponsorship for the Youth Leadership Summit. This year, the Platinum presenting sponsorship is held by AT&T and Indian Hills Community College. So it's my pleasure for me to introduce you today from Indian Hills Community College, Juanita Zavala.
Hello, thank you for having me here today. It is an honor to be here with you guys. As I mentioned, my name is Juanita Zavala, and I am an admissions representative at Indian Hills Community College, where we are a proud sponsor of today's Latino Youth Summit event. I am very fortunate to be in this profession, mainly because I really enjoy helping students. A question that I often get asked is how to better prepare for college. And part of my answer is attending events like these, mainly because you will get valuable information that will help you succeed. Number two, really understand what a GPA is and how to improve. And one thing I would like to say is do your best while you're in school. Number three, I know it can be intimidating sometimes, but definitely get to know your counselor. But most importantly, let them get to know you. And lastly with that, if you are a college student, get to know the resources that are available on campus. And I just wanted to say that I'm really proud of all of you for joining us today. A little bit about Indian Hills Community College. We are located an hour and 40 minutes from Des Moines, and we are in Ottumwa, Iowa. We have over 70 academic programs that are in 3 different divisions. The first being the advanced technology. So if you're more of a student that is hands-on, we have lasers, robotics, cybersecurity, and welding and aviation. Another division is our health science, and that would include nursing, rad tech, dental hygiene, and occupational therapy, to name a few. And then lastly, the arts and science program. So with that, if you decide that you don't know what you want to do yet, that's okay. You can always do the AA and then transfer to a 4-year university. With that, I will say that we are a 4-day academic week, so we only go to class Monday through Thursday, and that gives the opportunity for students who to enjoy a 3-day week, as well as for those who want to work a part-time job or to complete their clinicals on Fridays. We also offer scholarships available to our students through our Indian Hills Foundation through a real quick and easy one application. And then we are very fortunate to offer over 28 qualifying programs for the Last Dollar Scholarship through the initiative of Future Ready Iowa. If you are unfamiliar with that program, I really recommend that you talk to one of your counselors to learn more about it. And once again, I really want to thank all of you for being here today, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you.
Give it up for Jóvenes Embajadores, everyone. Such an amazing performance from this folkloric group, which is always making us proud in all different audiences around the state and the Midwest. Thank you so much again, Jóvenes Embajadores, the young group of dancers, folkloric dancers. Jackie, that was amazing.
That was so great. Now, Fernando, next, you know that Dream Iowa's vision is to stimulate growth for immigrant Iowans and take us from generational poverty to generational wealth. Well, today, thanks to our sponsors, AT&T and Indian Hills Community College, we have with us our friend, Jose Amaya, that will be giving us some tips on money management. Take it away, Jose.
Hello everyone, this is Jose Amaya. Monica had reached out to me mentioning that this was for young individuals. So I'm very happy to share some insight with you all. Certainly, I remember when I was at your stage, I was so anxious about what career to choose, more so whether I would even get the chance to even try. You see, I'm a DACA recipient. My family and I immigrated from La Paz, El Salvador. Growing up, it was tough. At one point, I remember there were 4 of us sleeping in a 1-bedroom apartment. Needless to say, we were not the wealthiest family in town. But this sparked a fire in me. And I want you to think about what that fire is for you. You see, mine was an ambition that was birthed out of a fear. I told myself I was never going to live under those conditions again. My family most certainly was never going to live under those conditions. And so I wanted to succeed with money. And I felt that if I could succeed with money, I could help others succeed with it as well. So I became what is called a financial advisor, or an investment advisor, how we're also known. And as a financial advisor, your role is to be a wealth manager. So this can range from helping clients manage concentrated stock positions to helping families transition through life challenges or transitions of them, like a retirement or an inheritance or the selling of a business. Certainly, these events are not always the most pleasant. A lot of these transitions occur from unforeseeable and very tragic situations. So we're always in constant communication with our families, accountants, attorneys, and other professionals alike. But the essence of the financial advisor is to grasp these individuals' priorities and also their fears, and then tailor a strategy specifically for them. So what I savor the most about my job is finding that fire in others that I mentioned earlier and running with them until they have achieved it. And so family and friends are always asking me, yes, how can I be wise with money? How can I know that I'm doing things right? And I understand the essence of the question. So to quote from Dr. Thomas J. Stanley and his research on first-generation millionaires. So these were individuals that didn't inherit their money in the U.S., but that they built it over time. And he said, wealth is not the same as income. If you make a good income each year and spend it all, you are not getting wealthier. You are just living high. Wealth is what you accumulate, not what you spend. Therefore, guys, if I had to give you very brief and general principles, they're going to stem from this thesis. There's 3. Number 1, spend less than what you make or live below your means. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're an investment advisor, really, and the first thing you tell us is this common sense principle. Yes, guys, the average auto loan debt in America is about $27,000. The average revolving credit card debt, so this is debt that is going from month to month to month, is about $6,000. God, and I can already hear the author Dave Ramsey in my head saying, if you have to borrow to buy it, it probably means you can't afford it in the first place. So the data is showing that no, we are not living below our means. We are certainly spending much more than what we are making. And if this principle is common sense, then it seems that Americans are sure lacking a lot of it. So the best way that you can keep yourself and your credit accountable is to find out how to create what is called a financial budget. Actually doing it though, and sticking to it. Always prioritizing saving over spending. Now, the second principle is I want you to hold financial independence to be much more valuable than the displaying of a high social status. Guys, I manage wealth for a living and I drive a Honda Accord. But it goes back to that same principle. It's about the accumulation of wealth, not the displaying of it. Don't fall prey to trying to compete with the Jones next door or trying to impress someone that you don't even know at a stoplight. Guys, focus on saving and investing your money well. Over time, your discipline is going to reward you. And plus, I always like to say, heck, that thing that the Jones just bought next door, they probably still owe money on that. So, don't fall prey to the illusions, guys. And number 3 is choose the right occupation. Whatever your heart chooses to endeavor in eventually, enjoy it for its own sake. Guys, it's not going to be about the income, trust me. Your behavior with money will be the biggest driving factor for your success with it. So work diligently, be disciplined with your goals, and enjoy what you do for the sake of it itself. I certainly hope that this was of use to you. It was a pleasure doing this. Thank you so much.
What a beautiful performance.
Bravo.
That was the Iowa Lao Satis. And we're so excited that they were showcasing some of the amazing Lao traditional dancing.
That was amazing. Always bringing more diversity. Greetings to our friends from Laos watching us at the Youth Leadership Summit. Talking about assistance and increasing diversity, the Federal Student Aid, also known as FAFSA, opens opportunities for higher education. And that's what we have next. We have a short informational about FAFSA. Take it away, Ben.
The free application for federal student aid, usually just called the FAFSA, is the application for federal and state financial aid, including federal student loans and work study. Colleges will use this form to determine your eligibility for their own grants and scholarships. If you want any financial aid for college, the FAFSA is your first step.
Eligibility for federal and state aid is dependent on your immigration status. To qualify for federal funded financial aid, you must be a U.S. citizen or a U.S. national, or you must have a green card, an I-94, or a T visa.
To be eligible for most forms of state-funded aid in Iowa, you must be a U.S. citizen, be a resident of Iowa, and attend a college or university in Iowa.
Most colleges and universities offer their own grants and scholarships independent of government aid, and they set their own policies around immigration status. Make sure you contact the school's financial aid office to find out who's eligible for aid.
When you file the FAFSA, you'll be asked for your parents' social security numbers. If your parents do not have social security numbers, you will enter all zeros. The Department of Education, which processes your FAFSA, does not share this information with any other government agencies.
There are literally billions of dollars available in financial aid. Iowa alone awards nearly $80 million a year. The Pell Grant, the largest federal aid program, amounts to more than $28 billion a year.
There are three basic types of financial aid. Grants and scholarships are free money that you'll never have to pay back. Work study programs will give you a job to help pay for college. If you still have unmet financial needs, student loans can bridge the gap. But you won't get any of this aid unless you ask for it, and the FAFSA is the way to ask.
Iowa College Aid is a state agency dedicated to helping Iowans to go to college. Visit our website to find tips on filing the FAFSA or to connect with a virtual coach.
Antonio, and I'm a teenage entrepreneur from New Hampton, Iowa. And I'm super excited to be here and just share my journey with you and my story. 2-3 years ago, I was lost, depressed, just lost in my own thoughts, just didn't know what to do with my life. A friend of mine actually talked to me to just, plan my goals and everything. And that's one of the biggest things that I feel like a lot of teenagers struggle to make their goals, to have a vision. And actually, we started this company called Creations, where we generated a good amount of money, and we're just trying to do something back good for the community. I'm just super excited to be here. And like I said, whatever it takes, I feel like one of the biggest advice I could give to any teenager is to have a vision, because without a vision, they're just dreams, and there's nothing that you can do without a plan. So if you want to make whatever it is, the outlook of life, if it's, music, art, whatever it is, I just want you to just have a vision and don't give up. Your dreams are worth it, and you just got to keep moving forward. There's nothing you can do. You only have one life, and then you got to make it happen.
Thank you, Antonio. You can find Antonio's company on Facebook by typing Creations. Antonio also has a website, creation.business. And let me tell you, if you are looking for the perfect Christmas gift, please order some of the artistic creations of Antonio online. With that, what do we have next, Jackie?
So next, thanks to our sponsors, our presenting sponsors, Indian Hills Community College and AT&T, we have with us Mayra de Catalan, that's going to be sharing her experience as an immigrant and how she navigated through her career in STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Let's go ahead and hear what she has to share.
Hi, my name's Mayra de Catalan. I'm from El Salvador, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey and what I do. So, as I mentioned, I'm from El Salvador. I moved to Southern California with my family when I was a child. And from there, I had a very close family relationship. My grandmother took care of me, where I remember always hearing, go to school, get good grades, and go to college. So that was drilled into my head since I was very, very young. And when I got about middle school, I started playing lots of sports. I started running, and I think that's where I started associating myself with other students who had goals to go to college. And, with my parents wanting me to do well in school and go to school, then I had even more emphasis in trying to do better. So math was always my strength. I was always a really good math student. I didn't know that's what I wanted to do. I always thought I was going to be, an astronaut or an actress or a doctor or a lawyer, the main careers that a lot of people talk about. But once I got into high school, I started doing a lot of volunteering. I have been volunteering since I was in about third grade. I started off with doing a lot of work for homeless with Bethel Missions in Des Moines. And then I started volunteering a lot through church and just different organizations. But once I got into high school is when I started doing a lot more work in the nonprofit space. And so that gave me the opportunity to meet other people, and I started doing a lot of networking. And like I said, just being in sports and being around other students, I had the opportunity to know a little bit more about, hey, what do I really want to do? So my senior year, I heard somebody talk about going to college for actuarial science, and I didn't know what it was, but I remember the student saying it was a lot to do with mathematics. As I mentioned earlier, I've always been very good in mathematics. And so I ended up kind of just going through college my freshman year and really just being a little undecided. My dream was to go back to California for college, but I met my now husband back in high school, and I applied to Drake University. I ended up graduating from Drake University in actuarial science because my freshman year I was taking a lot of math courses, and I was taking Calculus 3, I think, as an elective. So it was just kind of a good, way to go from that. Then I graduated from college and I started working in the financial industry. I now work in the actuarial science department for an insurance company here in Des Moines. And so It's been a really fun career. Honestly, if you want a career with lots of opportunity, this is a growing field. It is definitely one of those STEM fields with, you do have to know mathematics, but there is just so much in the technology area with, I use a lot of SAS, I use SQL, I use Tableau, I know Python, I know R, and there's just so many different softwares out there now. But it's a fun career. If you love to learn, I definitely say this is a good area to get into. Most importantly, you have to like mathematics for actuarial science. But if you're not really into mathematics and you like the technology area, then definitely something in the computer science area, or just learning how to code, learning how to program. I do a lot of that. But hopefully my story has been able to help you answer some of your questions. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Vámonos con más música, compadre, porque más o menos hablo. Se llama El amor no fue para mí, pero todos ustedes algo movidito. Vámonos, con Alfredo. Y dice como Cristian. Anoche me preguntaron qué pasó con tu cariño. Y les contesté la neta, traigo broncas con Cupido. El amor no fue pa' mí, el amor no fue pa' mí el piso y los corridos. Ya me dio sed, compadre. Sé que el alcohol me hace daño, pero ya lo perdoné. Y 2, 3 días anduve triste, maleguito me olvidé. Fue a tomar quería un pretexto, y contigo lo encontré. Eso. Véndeme una llenadera porque dicen mis amigos que no tengo. Si de batalla se aprende, yo contigo me gradué. Un día pensé en perdonarte, pero no mal lo pensé. Saca los botes, compadre. A la perdición, pobrecito andan diciendo. Y si ahorita ando borracho porque traigo sentimiento. De corazón estoy jodido, pero contento. Eso. Véndeme una llenadera porque dicen mis amigos. Hace calor, compadre. Que no tengo. Ya estoy sudando. Eso. Si de batalla se aprende, yo contigo me gradué. Un día pensé en perdonarte, pero no mal lo pensé. Eso, ahí quedó el amor, no fue para mí, para todos ustedes, de parte de sus amigos.
That is tres letras. You can find tres letras on Facebook as tres with number 3 and then letras. Tres letras. Singer Edwin Castellanos. You can also listen to Edwin Castellanos' new creations as a composer on Spotify. How you like that, Jackie?
I was ready to dance. I got my dancing shoes on, so we're excited.
Excited. Let's keep dancing with the letras.
Awesome. Now there's a very important little session here. We have ACLU coming to us with some training on some opportunities to protect our community and know our facts about detention and deportation.
Hi, my name is Erica Bars. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a Community Engagement Associate at the ACLU of Iowa. The ACLU of Iowa is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that aims to defend the civil liberties of everyone in our state, including immigrants. The following videos will give you some information on how to assert your rights during interactions with law enforcement and ICE officials. They don't cover everything, so I do encourage you to visit our website to review our full Know Your Rights toolkit. The URL is aclu-ia.org, and the information is available in both English and Spanish. If you have any questions about these videos or the ACLU of Iowa, or if you'd like to get involved in our work, please reach out to us at outreach@aclu-ia.org. If you ever feel like your rights have been violated during an encounter with law enforcement or ICE, we encourage you to contact our legal department at legal.program@aclu-ia.org. Any message that is sent to that email address is considered privileged and confidential. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the Leadership Summit.
It was 5:30 a.m. when ICE came to Esther's apartment. ICE stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The agents lied to Esther, saying they were police officers investigating a crime and her husband, Alexei, was a potential witness. "Is Alexei home?" they asked innocently. Now Esther's gut told her she should cooperate, but she remembered something she'd heard on the radio. ICE had been making early morning sweeps using tricks like this to get people to open their doors. Esther remembered she had rights. ICE may try similar tricks at your home. They may say they're looking for a friend, relative, or roommate. But do not be fooled, and do not open the door. Instead, remain calm and be polite. Tell the agents that you'd like to see a warrant and their ID. Ask them to slip these documents under the door or hold them up to the peephole. Without a warrant signed by a judge, ICE is not allowed to enter or search your home. ICE usually won't have a warrant, but they may lie and say they do or show you something else that looks official. So look carefully and take pictures of whatever they show you. If they refuse to share any of these documents, then ask them for their card and contact information. Do not show the agents anything or say anything except, "I do not consent for you to enter my home. I do not want to talk to you without a lawyer present. Please leave." Now, ICE won't always listen to you and may enter your home using force. But saying these things might help you in court, even if the agents don't listen. The other videos in this series will help you understand your rights if ICE enters your home or arrests you. Esther and Alexei knew their rights, and the officers left. This is all scary, but remember, we have rights. After an encounter with ICE, take notes about what happened, writing down as many details as you can remember. This information might be helpful in future immigration proceedings. It's important that you and your loved ones are prepared for encounters with ICE, and that you have a plan for what to do if one of you is arrested, including information about who to call. If ICE comes to your home, remember, you have rights. Do not open the door. Ask to see a warrant signed by a judge. Tell them you do not consent to them being at your home. Please leave. If a loved one is arrested, you should be able to locate them at locator.ice.gov.
Bravo, bravísimo. Jóvenes embajadores with this medley performance of El Trenchete y el well-known Jarabe Tapatío. One more time, give it up for Jóvenes Embajadores.
Woo, what an awesome performance. So up next, thanks to our presenting sponsors, AT&T and Indian Hills Community College, we have Ying Sa and a group of local leaders that will be sharing a few recipes on success. I hope you guys are taking notes.
My name is Ying Sa. I am China-born Canadian American. So that means I was born in China and grew up in Canada and immigrant from China to Canada and from Canada to United States of America in 1996. So I'm also a US citizen. That's kind of in a nutshell who I am. So I studied at York University in Toronto, Canada, and I graduated in 1994 with a bachelor's degree in business administration. And later on, I passed CPA exam in 1998. My career has been designed to be accounting. So I think I have done a really good job at expanding my responsibilities in the accounting area. And I did come from being an accounting clerk at Bank of America in my early days and to today managing a CPA firm called Community CPA since 1998. So I would consider this is kind of my professional path, and I come through quite a bit of lifetime, right? From 1994 to today. The area I enjoyed my work, it is about people. So when I talk about people, it is not only the clients that I work with and also the team members at Community CPA. So that's the daily interactions with people that make me really love my job. And I work with very smart people, and all of the people surrounded Community CPA, we have one common goal, which is to make Community CPA successful and to make Community CPA a hub where immigrant business owners or people who would like to work with the immigrant businesses would come through our firm and wanting to be served. So that is our goal. Being an immigrant, to me, that means that I need to prove myself. When you say you're an immigrant, obviously that leads to the fact that what do you know about this country? What do you know about IRS? You're from Canada. So being an immigrant means that I need to prove myself, and proving myself is a norm. Proving myself, I'm not going to have attitude with, and I just do it. It is just part of life. And being an immigrant also means that I can be better than my own parents, than people that I know from my past, because I'm in the new world. I have a new opportunity. So being an immigrant just means that I'm going to be on top of my game and I will not disappoint my parents. And also being immigrant means that what I do in the community might become the impression of how our community is. For example, as an Asian American, and if I have done something bad, maybe there are people would give that bad name to the whole Asian American team. So that means I do have that responsibility. I have that burden on me to make sure that I am doing the right thing, so people do not look down at the Asian community. So if one person is doing wrong, it's not going to become the whole community going to bear that name. So that is the burden for being an immigrant, but that's also going to make you do better and know more meanings behind what you do every day. And being an immigrant also means that I have unlimited potential because there's no boundaries for me. I don't have to look at my parents to know that, oh, that's what I need to do. No, it is all up to you. You have a blank page of paper. You can color it any way you want it, and it is all on you. That's called immigrant. And in terms of professional goals, I always say that, you know, as much as you have goals for yourself, and did we all realize that is actually opportunity that's given to us. It is now you decide what you do. It is the opportunity making you do what you do. So again, going back to the open-mindedness, you want to be open-minded. If opportunity presented to me that I should do better to be a lawyer instead of accountant, I probably went to be a lawyer. But you know, you just want to really be aware of your surroundings, knows what the community needs are, and then go for it. Not just selfishly for your own goals, but it is the goals for your community. It is the goals that the people surrounding you, you care. So just as a community CPA is a community. It is a community of 25 of us. So we have goals because we want to make the company successful. So that is our goal. And it's not because some person wants that to be a company and making money. No, it is a company where we successfully and utilized all the resources we have and to create the knowledge base, create the client, and to come into the firm and to become more successful. When our client's successful, we're successful. So we don't need to set goals to make money. And in fact, we should set goals to serve the community better. So that's where I would say that's a advice I give to young people.
What an outstanding
Bravissimo.
performance by Iowa Lao Natasin. They were so graceful and elegant.
Wonderful to have them here at the 5th Annual Youth Leadership Summit. Talking about our presentations, we thank AT&T and Indian Hills Community College, which are our platinum sponsors. But also we have silver sponsors, which are Embark and also UNI, University of Northern Iowa. And we have the great pleasure to hear some words from the University of Northern Iowa. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Beto Casterjon. I'm an admissions counselor at the University of Northern Iowa, and today I'll be presenting the college readiness session for the 2020 Dream Iowa Youth Leadership Summit. Now, I want to start off by talking about first-generation college students, some of the experiences that we're experiencing right now, but then also be able to talk about my own experience being a first-generation college student and also being a first-generation American. So my parents, they immigrated from Mexico before coming here to Iowa, and growing up, they really taught me the importance of an education. They instilled in me the values of completing my assignments, doing my homework, and making sure that I was on top of my academics throughout high school and middle school and elementary school. That support was always there for me. So that lack of support was something that I never really had a concern with. For me, it was more of lack of knowledge. Like I said, I was a first generation college student, so I didn't have somebody that I was able to go to for guidance, for questions that I had about college life and how that all looked like. A lot of that was navigating it on my own for the first time in my family. So it definitely was scary at times. With that, there was also feelings of feeling like I didn't belong. Maybe that path that I needed to take was something else that they didn't have university or college in it. So definitely that imposter syndrome also came up for me and making me feel like I wasn't good enough for a university or for a college. Now, if these are feelings that you may be having right now, I want to let you know that pursuing a education at a university or at a college, if that is something that you are wanting, that is definitely something that is attainable and something that you can do. There's people at the university, staff members that are willing to be able to help you and be able to have a plan for you to be able to prepare you as much as possible. And I am somebody like that who was able to help you with that, with questions that you have, being able to come for guidance and anything like that. So throughout this session, I'll be giving some tips, some advice on what you could be doing at different stages to prepare you to then be able to apply to a university or to a college. Now, I want to start off here in high school. So if you're in high school right now, maybe you're getting close to going into high school, you're still in middle school. Here are some tips that I have for you. There's three. The first one's being academic, so making sure that you're staying on top of your classes, making sure that you're turning in your assignments, doing your homework, and maintaining a good GPA. A GPA is going to come into play once you start applying to universities and colleges. They will ask you for your GPA, so making sure that you have that GPA good throughout your time in high school. Now, the second thing is going to be involvement. So making sure that you're staying active outside of the classroom in different activities to be able to explore those different interests that you have and find what you're truly passionate about. Now, this is going to come into play. It's going to play a role once you choose a major for that university or college that you attend. The third thing is going to be to explore. So start looking at universities, start looking at colleges that you're interested in, and start seeing the criteria that you're looking for in them. Maybe that's the cost of them. Maybe it's the distance from your house. Maybe it's the location. Start looking at all that information and exploring to see which ones are the best option for you. So once you get to that stage of applying to universities and colleges, I also have 3 tips here for you. So if you are in this stage right here, here are my tips. The first one is going to be academic information. So making sure that you have your transcript and your GPA available for once you start applying to universities and colleges. The second thing is going to be scholarships. So making sure that you're looking into different options for scholarships. Maybe it's at the university level. Maybe it's within your town. They have a scholarship available that you're eligible for, that you can apply for. So just looking at scholarships and seeing which ones you can apply for. Now with that's also the FAFSA, and that's federal student aid. So with that, you can get work study, you can get loans, you can also get grants, which is money that you get for free that you don't have to pay back. So really helping with that cost at the university or college that you choose would be my second tip. Now the third one is going to be essays. So make sure you start writing those personal statements, personal essays to be able to have ready for that application. And then also make sure to write those with enough time to be able to revise and to edit them so that they're as perfect as possible once you get to this stage. Now, overall, I'm going to say, find your home. Really choose the university or college that you want because that's what you want for yourself. Not because somebody's telling you, not because somebody you know is going to attend that university or college, but because it's going to benefit you in the long run. So really find your home. Now, I know you may have some concerns. Maybe you have some doubts. Maybe it's the lack of support that you're concerned about. Maybe it's the lack of knowledge that you're concerned about. Maybe you're having those same feelings that I had when I was going through the search process of feeling like I didn't belong, feeling like I wasn't good enough for this. If you have those concerns, if you have those doubts, feel free to email me with any questions that you may have. I'm always here to help you and provide that assistance or that guidance that you need. I can be that role model that you need to be able to look for guidance, for questions that you may have if you are a first-generation college student, or if you have questions in general about college and you're unsure about where to go to. I'm here for you, and I can provide that help or that guidance that you may need. Now, I want to thank you all for joining me here with this session today, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Hi, my name is Yubsira Tekle, and I am a sophomore at the University of Iowa. I'm majoring in human physiology and minoring in chemistry, and I'm on the pre-med track. I wrote this poem initially because it was a reflection of my own experience in college, my first year, in fact. And by the time I was finishing it, we were in the middle of a pandemic and we were in the middle of a crisis. So instead, I decided to dedicate this poem to everyone who graduated high school this year, because college is not as easy as I thought it was. I had perfect scores when I was getting into college, but there's just so much that happens in college. So this poem is to give you a heads up on your college experience, but also to just encourage you that you have to promise yourself that whatever happens, even when you break, that you will reclaim yourself, you will get up and you will get back to work. You have to promise yourself that you will do better even when you fall.
So that's what the poem is about. Welcome to college, where the strongest fall and fail and break. Like glass held too high, they collapse and concuss parts of themselves they never knew were fragile. Their hearts, their egos, their pride, and their former glories, a high school diploma and a track team trophy, because this is college, where the total cost of course books with daily coffee costs more than the cost of dropping out. Books must be bought on day one, weekly laundry must be done, you bill, phone bill, rent must be paid, or there's an extra late fee to be paid, so there's no room for broke, no time for breaks. Only overtime on summer breaks, breaking those backs for a couple of bucks, because we owe too much money to these banks, and we continually search to belong, search for anything that feels warm, that feels home, that says, I love you, so we love until we break, until our heart breaks and we break like glasses, like wine glasses. We keep pouring love into the wrong cups of cappuccino coffee, into anything that has caffeine, into overpriced cosmetics, into Instagram comments. And through that, we learn and we return and we reclaim and we cope by crying, carrying memories of old conversations, lost connections, counting days till class commencements, planning cross-country vacations, counting down to birthdays and weekends and Fridays, counting on the hope of good days, branch meetings and dinner dates, late night pizza on movie nights, and even when all breaks, and love hates, and early lates, and coffee teas, and so many gloomy pajama days, we still reclaim, break, then get up again, fixing life with crying breaks and power naps, and no one could ever question our greatness, because we still try, we still fight, we still race to class before time, race against time and deadlines, and there are so many college kids for dead lives lost to accidents and suicide, yet we still survive. We who remain still crush this. We find humor in our crisis, find joy in buying stuff for the cheapest prices, and I promise this moments are priceless, so welcome to next year's freshmen. You all are the strongest amongst us. You survived a whole entire global pandemic crisis just to graduate on the streets at a protest wearing masks instead of caps. And that last year of high school, you crushed it. So from me to you, class of 2024, keep your heads up, because you got this.
Wow, amazing.
You just heard from Japsere Tekle, spoken word here at the 2020 Youth Leadership Summit. Special announcements to those of you who are inside the Zoom room, who are registered for this conference. Please check your chat window, because you are being asked to write your name and last name so you can enter the raffle. For those of you who are high school and college students, you'll be participating to win scholarships. And for those of you who are not, you're also going to be participating to win either shirts or hoodies or different swag from Dream Iowa. Also, gift cards. With that, we are presenting again, thanks to AT&T and Indian Hills Community College, our next act.
Hi, hello to everybody. I'm so glad to be collaborating with all of you all once again. I love Iowa. I've been to Iowa probably more than a dozen times in the past decade. And I think we all know that 2020 has been a hell of a year. And I wish that I could be with all of you today, but unfortunately for now, this will have to do. For many of you who don't know me, my name is Jose Antonio Vargas. Yes, if you see an Asian looking person with a name like Jose Antonio Vargas, it means they're Filipino. so I'm Filipino. I am by training and passion a journalist and a filmmaker, and inspired by undocumented young people who are declaring themselves undocumented, unafraid, and unapologetic. You know, I remember seeing those signs. I came out as undocumented almost 10 years ago. It's been a crazy ride since. In the last 10 years, though, I've been really fortunate to start my own nonprofit media advocacy organization called Define American. In a society where my existence, our existence as undocumented people are defined and limited by laws that haven't even passed, freedom came from owning and telling my own story. And Define American was started with my story. But mine is just one story. We need more stories to change the anti-immigrant narrative that's taking a deep hold of our country. A narrative that says, for example, that we identify undocumented farmers and undocumented workers as essential workers, but not as essential people, not essential enough for economic relief, for example, during this pandemic. For almost a decade now, our job at Define American is to challenge how the media, news media, entertainment media, digital media, how the media portray immigrants. We work with news organizations and journalists in telling more accurate, more humane stories about immigrants and our families. We work with Hollywood producers, directors, and screenwriters to create more realistic, more nuanced, more complex storylines for movies and television shows like Grey's Anatomy, Superstore, Roswell, Party of Five. We use media because media is the most powerful messaging entity in the world, changing perceptions and shaping politics that lead to policies. We use media because we are the stories we tell. Let me repeat that. We are the stories we tell. And for the most part, the stories we've been watching, reading, and listening to about immigrants and the role of immigrants in this country, documented and undocumented, of all racial and ethnic backgrounds, have been hurtful, incomplete, inaccurate, and irresponsible. At Define American, we envision a country and a world in which immigrants are treated not as others, but with their full dignity and humanity. Storytelling for us serves as a correction, an intervention, and a source of liberation from all the lies that have been told about us, about immigrants, certainly during the Trump era. Lies told at the White House, lies perpetuated through the halls of Congress, the lies making their way through city halls in our schools, perhaps even to our churches and places of worship, and most definitely making their way to our communities. I can only imagine all the lies that have been told about immigrants and undocumented immigrants in Iowa. To us and to me, I believe that our stories are our power. As immigrants in this country, our stories have the ability to change the dominant narratives of this ever-growingly diverse United States of America. And when I say narratives, I mean shifting the narratives from criminalization of immigrants to fully humanized, fully human, fully flawed, fully complex people, from immigration as a Latinx issue to immigrants impacting people from all over the world. The reality is the fastest growing undocumented population coming to this country are not coming from Latin America. They're coming from Asia, and yet we don't really talk about that. From immigrants seen as labor, who are leeching off American society, to immigrants who are seen coming from families who make up American society and contribute deeply to this country. From immigrants as political football to immigrants trapped in a system that we did not make and that we do not control. From seeing migration as beautiful, because it is, to also acknowledging that migration is painful, right? Fleeing violence and oppression. The pain of losing touch with family members, the pain of being separated from relatives. I haven't seen my mother, for example, for 27 years, and I can't leave the country. I won't be allowed to come back. She's been waiting 16 years to come here legally, and I don't really have the words or the language to talk about what it means to not see your mother for 27 years. But look at the past, few weeks now, and the history that was made in the 2020 presidential election. For the first time in this country's history, we have a woman with an immigrant background in the White House. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, the second most powerful person in America, is someone who is deeply connected with the immigrant narratives of this country. Her story has and will continue to inspire millions of young boys and girls from immigrant families or immigrants themselves to pursue their dreams and envision a more welcoming, inclusive America for everyone. And when everyone, we means everyone, regardless of ethnicity and race, regardless of background economically, regardless of sexual orientation, right? Regardless of wherever you come from or whatever you look like. Our stories, right? Authentic, complex stories should guide the policies of this new administration. And I gotta tell you, it won't be easy. We have our work cut out for us. It seems that this country is at this crucial moment in our history where we have to choose whether we continue this divisive anti-immigrant path that we have been on for the past 8 years, or we choose a more uniting, more loving, more compassionate path forward. And in order to achieve that, we have to continue to hear and see and read more immigrant stories. Now, I know that it's scary to come out of the shadows and to share and be vulnerable and share who you are to the world. But I also know that it can feel really overwhelming. And sometimes you may think it doesn't even matter. Why share a story? But let me tell you, as someone who's been traveling this country nonstop for the past 10 years, this pandemic is really the only time that I haven't been traveling. I know that sharing your story and being vulnerable, that matters. I know that every story matters. And I, for one, will continue to do this work and believe in this work for the entire immigrant community, whomever it is that I represent, and knowing that we in America can do better. The last thing I want to share with you is one of my favorite authors is a woman named Toni Morrison, one of the most consequential writers in the English language. This is one of her books called Song of Solomon. This was inspired. I am so inspired by this book that my book, I actually copied the color. I wanted the same kind of color palette. And Toni Morrison won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1993, which happened to be the same year that I arrived in this country. When she accepted her Nobel, she had to give a big speech. And in the speech, she said, I'll never forget this. She said in the speech, narrative is radical, creating us at the very moment it is being created. This is a time for us, for our stories, to be radical. And for that radicalism, that complexity, that nuance, insisting on the complexity and the nuance of our stories to guide the future of immigration in America. Thank you. And please check out Divine American. And I hope that I'll be able to see you and visit Iowa in the near future. Take care.
Hola amigos de Des Moines, Iowa. Reportando Fernando Aveiga, el parrandero de La Que Buena, de la agrupación Parranderos Latin Combo, desde los estudios de Novillos de Nuevo León. Muchas gracias, mi novillo. Vamos a tocar música original del grupo Parranderos Latin Combo, comenzando con este temita que ya lo conocen y se llama El Cartel. Dice: fui a tocar mis primeras congas sin saber lo que iba a pasar. Me fui para el barrio colina arriba para buscar a los maestros de la rumba. Vi el guaguancó, el danzón y el son, vi la cumbia, el merengue y el porro. Vi a la mujer moviéndose el tambor, y a los hombres hipnotizan. Me enamoré muchas veces de las risas de la gente al ver en la cartelera que parrandero va a tocar. Una gitana me dijo que tenga mucho cuidado, porque en la lengua de la gente dicen que soy yo el del cartel. Dicen que soy el del cartel. Dicen que soy el del cartel. Dicen que soy el del cartel. Vino la prueba de sonido en víspera del concierto. La gente buena del barrio dice que llegaron los rumberos. Vamos a estar en la feria de Iowa para juntos celebrar. Damos las gracias por la oportunidad. La candela va a empezar. Fuego, 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 guiñadora. Dicen que soy el cartel. 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 La 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 la. Quiero invitar a toda mi gente bonita que está escuchando todos estos conciertos de los músicos locales que donen. Dicen que soy el cartel. Dicen que soy el cartel. Dicen que soy el cartel. Dicen que soy. Dicen que soy el cartel. Dicen que soy el cartel por tocar candela. La voz del pueblo es la voz de Dios, he dicho, hijo Mandela. No más hipocresía, ignorancia, y que comience la fiesta. Que no te toque más que apoyar tu orquesta. Seguimos la parranda, seguimos la rumba con parrandero. Vamos a gozar donde quiera que vamos porque te quiero. Vivan los latinos por plantar bandera. La voz del pueblo es la voz de Dios. Soy el cartel. Soy el cartel. Soy el cartel.
Woohoo! Let's give it up for our very own, el mero mero, Fernanda Vega with Paranderos Latin Combo.
Gracias por la oportunidad. Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. I just have to throw a plug in for them. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram. Give them a like, give them a follow.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be a member of Parranderos Latin Combo, PLC, here out of Des Moines, Iowa. And also being here with you at the 2020 Live Youth Leadership Summit. Next, guess what, Jackie? We have a video of all the recipients of the scholarships. For those of you who do not know, starting January, between January 2021 and July 2021 is the open gate for you to apply for a Dream Iowa scholarship. So the videos of the recipients that you're about to see are from students who applied between January 2020 and July 2020. So, and before I tell you that, I also have to say that those of you who receive awards and decide to either attend DMAC or Indian Hills Community College, your scholarship will be matched. That is
awesome.
Multiplied by 2. With that, let me tell you, we are going to go ahead and see a word from our scholarship recipients 2020. Take it away, Ben.
Hi, my name is Caroli Coronado Vargas, and I am currently studying data science at Iowa State University. And I would like to give thanks to Dream Iowa and all the sponsors for making this scholarship happen. This scholarship will help me relieve some of the financial burdens that college brings. And for that, I thank everyone.
Hello, my name is Leslie De La Cruz. I currently attend DMAC and I'm studying for accounting. And I just want to give a big thank you to Dream Iowa and all of the sponsors for always supporting our educational goals and believing in us. Thank you for everything, for all your help. This only motivates us to keep pushing forward and keep succeeding, so thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Elodian Bala. I am a freshman at Des Moines Area Community College and I'm majoring in fire science. I want to give my thanks to Dream Iowa for selecting me to be one of the recipients of this scholarship. This will help me to continue with my education without worrying about finances. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is From Biswa and I'm currently a freshman at Iowa State University on a pre-med track. This time I would like to thank Dream Iowa Scholarship for awarding me this scholarship because now you have lightened my financial burden, which allows me to focus more on the important aspects of school. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Diana Nicole Marinero Sea. I am planning on attending Grandview University and I plan on studying pre-med. And I just want to say thank you so much to Dream Iowa and the sponsors that made the scholarship possible. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Leon. My family is from Mexico. I currently attend the University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls. And right now I'm currently in the TESOL teaching Spanish major. Receiving the scholarship has helped me be able to take more classes and not worry about the cost. I am already helping my community by being the migrant coordinator for the Waterloo schools. I work with migrant students and ELL students.
My name is Daniela Zeldon and I'm a sophomore at Iowa State University. I'm majoring in industrial engineering. I just wanted to give a big thank you to Dream Iowa as well as all the sponsors that were able to make these scholarships happen.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I am currently a sophomore at the University of Northern Iowa. My field of study is elementary education with a minor in TESOL, and TESOL is basically like for ELL. I would like to thank all of the sponsors and everyone who contributed to Dream Iowa.
Hello, my name is David Pena Medina, and I'm majoring in actuarial science at Iowa State, and I thank Dream Iowa for supporting me in my pursuit of higher education.
My name is Amil Beramovic, and my family is from Bosnia. I'm currently attending Iowa State University with a major in software engineering and a minor in cybersecurity. Dream Iowa will allow me to purchase accessories for my major, which will allow me to develop stronger skills and will save me from extra work hours for money. After college, I plan on working at John Deere and wish to aid immigrant students coming to the United States and which want to pursue an education.
Hi everybody, my name is Bati. I'm a student at Medicine College. My field of study is nursing. I'm very happy to be selected as one recipient of Iowa Dream Scholarship. I hope this class will help me focus more on my schoolwork, reduce my school fees. This class will help me in the future to lead other people in the right way. I want to say thank you for the good offer you guys have been offering me. Thank you a lot for that.
Hi, my name is Vandana Siddhiswaral and I am from Nepal. I've been living in the United States for about 8 years now. I'm currently attending Iowa State University. I'm a freshman there and I am doing the pre-med track. First off, I would like to say that I'm truly honored to be one of the recipients of Dream Iowa. This scholarship would really help me pay off for my school supplies and many others. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate your...
Hi, this is Andrea Gutierrez and I wanted to say thank you to all the donors who contributed to the Dream Iowa Scholarship. This scholarship really helps people like me. I am a DACA recipient, so I can't receive financial aid from FAFSA or certain scholarships that require you to be a citizen in the United States. This is a huge help and I'm so grateful to be awarded this scholarship this year. Thank you again.
What an amazing event. Thank you so much for all of you for applying to the Dream Iowa Scholarship, for making this organization grow, for making this event grow every year. It's the first time we do one of these, and we are very excited that we are coming to close to an end. Jackie,
Almost there.
Almost there. We're not done. What's next?
So we just like to thank you guys for joining us today. It's been such an amazing event so far. We've had so many performances, we've heard from so many speakers, and we've got Esther Emotion behind the scenes helping us out. and we're just extremely thankful. But before we move on, we'd like to take this special time to just thank all of our sponsors. And we'll start out with our platinum level sponsors. We have AT&T.
Indian Hills Community College.
Our silver level sponsors, we have Embark.
University of Northern Iowa.
Our community partner sponsors, La Michoacana Ice Cream.
Salas Enterprises.
Des Moines United.
Pan American Broadcasting.
Padilla Construction.
Tacos La Papa.
Azteca Auto Sales.
Marlene Maduk's mortgage lender with Movement Mortgage.
Football Club Hacha y Machete.
Iowa Democratic Party.
Aztec Motors.
Mercado Iowa Market.
Lucas Landscape Solutions, LLC.
Vides Auto Sales.
Iowa Total Care.
Taqueria Veracruz.
Jugolandia.
Malott Law Firm.
Alma Enterprises.
Trey Zucker Law.
And for our Tacos for Scholars, we have our sponsors, El Valle Tienda Mexicana.
Molcajetes Food Truck with Ana and Sergio.
Lara's Bakery and Market.
El Buen Mexicano Food Truck.
Let's just give it up for them. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you so much, sponsors, for making sure that our recipients of 2020 have a scholarship. You are supporting the future of our communities, of our immigrant communities, of our Iowans, and of our great citizens of this country. Next, we're going to go to the raffle. Let's move on.
All right, what an exciting time.
So,
that's it. I hope you guys all entered your names. First and last names, right?
Yeah, so did everybody respond to the chat, Nilvia?
We had a few people, and we're doing the prizes first and the scholarship second. So check your chat. It's not in any different, your private chat isn't anywhere different. Just go at the bottom of your Zoom screen, you will see options, and next to participants, there's a chat.
So check those chat boxes, guys. Enter your first and last name. We're going to do the prizes first, and then at the end, we'll do the scholarships.
But I should say only enter your first and last name if you got a message from us.
So if you got a message from us, please respond and be attentive. All right, so how does this work? What are we doing?
Okay, so now the moment you guys have all been waiting for, I'm going to go ahead and spin for the first number, and this is going to be the raffle for 4 $25 gift cards.
Okay, so Juanito Zavala is about to spin for 4 $25 gift cards.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the first winner.
Maide Lopez.
And her name is Maide Lopez of West High in Waterloo, Iowa.
Maide Lopez.
So Maide Lopez is our first winner of a gift card of $25.
Number 11.
Number 11.
Number 11, who is
The one and only.
the one and only Kiara Juarez of Hyatt Middle School. Go figure.
Number 9.
Okay. Number 9.
Number
We
9.
have number 9 for another winner of a gift card. A gift card of $25 brought to you by Indian Hills Community College. Fernanda Cuevas of Theodore Roosevelt School.
Fernanda Cuevas.
Number 5.
Number 5.
And we have
Moving on,
number
number
5, Melina Reverol of Valley High School, 10th grade. She's in 10th grade, and she was in attendance today at the 2020 Youth Leadership Summit.
Awesome. Congratulations, you guys.
So those are our 5 winners of $25 gift cards. What do we have next?
We have 8 $500 scholarships.
We have 8 $500 scholarships available for participants that are either seniors in high school or are attending college.
And one $1,000 scholarship.
Oh, and then we have one $1,000 scholarship I'm assuming the $1,000 scholarship is at the end. Okay.
Yep.
So stay tuned. Okay, let's move to the scholarship raffle list.
All right, let's do a drum roll. Let's go.
Ready. As Juanita is getting a number.
N43.
N43.
N43. Our $500 scholarship winner is Karen Fuentes.
Karen Fuentes, woohoo!
Second year, going to living in Ames, Des Moines. She's going to Iowa State University. Karen Fuentes, congratulations.
Go Cyclones.
For those of you who win today a scholarship and attend Indian Hills Community College or DMAC, your scholarship is matched.
45.
45 is Amel Baramovich. And Amel, you didn't write where you're going.
No, he's one of our scholarship recipients. So he applied for, wrote an essay, and won one of the Dream Iowa scholarships. And because he attended this event, he is re-entered into the raffle, so he gets another $500.
So Amel wrote an application for the scholarship. So he is a scholarship recipient. You saw him in the video, and he is winning another $500 scholarship. Number one. Let's see. I can help you. Number one is Ishi Tauber going to DMAC. Yay!
Exciting.
That's exciting. That means that your scholarship will be matched. That is Ishi Tauber.
14.
Number 14.
14 is nada más y nada menos que Francisco Caballero, also going to DMAC, a freshman at DMAC.
Awesome.
Another match scholarship.
All right, what do we have?
44.
44. There we go. Thank you. That is Caroli Coronado Vargas. Where is Caroli going to? Going to Iowa State. She's also a scholarship recipient, but because she attended. Oh, sorry, University of Iowa, Caroli. Ooh, you almost made it. Congratulations, Caroli. It pays to attend. Show up.
28.
Number 28.
Number 28 is Karen Delgado, sophomore at Iowa State University.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Karen.
All right, we've got 6 down. We've got 2 more to go.
6 scholarships awarded.
13.
Number 13.
Number 13. Let me move it up. And the winner is Virginia Felix Matias, sophomore at Hawkeye Community College. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yep,
Awesome.
Virginia. So Picasso said that showing up is 80% of life, and this proves it.
Number 20.
Number 20.
Number 20, for those who showed up, the winner is Tapsira Tekle. Oh, our spoken word.
Oh, wow, awesome.
Well deserved.
All right, our last
Tapsira.
$500.
No, Japsira, sorry. Japsira Tekle.
Okay. Our last 500? 8.
So this is for the 1,000.
Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, help me with the drums, okay?
We need a drum roll.
So now we are going to get the winner of the $1,000 scholarship, and it is
29.
Number
lucky
29, and her name is Laura Roman, first year at Luther College. Congratulations.
Laura. Awesome.
And Luther is in
Congratulations.
Decorah, Iowa. Greetings to all the people around the state. Thank you so much. Thank you, Juanita Zavala. Thank you, Nilvia. Thank you for making sure that all these people had an opportunity to win a scholarship. And thank you for all of you who were in attendance today. Thanking Jackie, my co-host. Thanking all the crew behind the scenes that made this possible. And Here we go. Another year, another Youth Leadership Summit.